Welcome to Dating and Development, everybody. Hello, hello. I switched it up around again, tricked you all. If you know who I am, you know who I am. If you don't know who I am, now you know. Before we get started, actually no, there's no sponsor. What am I talking about? It's article analysis. What can I say? No, it's not just an article we have. I'm very happy I found this because, we got a small bit of a laugh from it. It's actually a fun report, should I say. And it is based on it's a study about love, marriage and relationships in Ireland, done by a company called it's called anotherfriend.com, and it's co-owned by two ladies, and they did a study about dating and that in Ireland, as I just said, and I think it's very interesting to look into it. So I'm going to hit record, not Control and F. I'm going to hit record right now. Whatever it is, there we go. Super stuff. Hey, there we go. So here we have the search for commitment. As you can see, 48-page long document. Now, obviously, we won't have the time to go through it all, but some things here I wanted to just touch upon. So we have the search for commitment, as I said. And we have question 3A. What are Irish singles' reasons for dating? And it's also with online dating as well, from what I found. So looking at the stats here, right? Networking, making friends between men and women, females are pink and the males are blue. So 9.5% of females are looking for friends, 7.4% of men looking for friends. No string attached fun, 1% of women, and 6.2% of males, which I find a bit crazy, because I thought men were going to be a lot higher than that. Casual relationship, 3.9%, men 8.8%. Open, as they say, an open event for the Indoor Olympics. I want to try online dating, fairly similar for men and women. Serious relationship, 24.4% for the ladies and 25.3% for men. Can't remember what men is in Spanish. But what I find here now, outstandingly enough, is looking for the one. 49.6% of Irish females are looking for the one. 42.2% of Irish men are looking for the one. Now, I always thought how things are that a serious relationship would be a lot higher for women as opposed to them looking for the one. It's practically double the numbers for looking for the one for ladies. But I'm not surprised about the percentage for men, and look what they say here about it. While more men than women are looking for casual relationships online, spontaneous flings don't interest most people. Yeah, because stranger danger. You're not going to get with a stranger straight off the bat. If you just literally, Tinder, get the swipe right, great. It's not going to say, hey, I live here, come here for indoor fun. That's not going to happen. Safety and everything else. And the majority of single people using online dating sites are actively seeking a meaningful relationship, disproving many preconceptions that surround online dating. But you see, with this being Irish, what you have to think of is that Irish people, even dating relationships in Ireland, is still steeped in traditionalism. That's what the meaningful relationship is. It's just steeped in traditionalism because it's frowned upon, in Ireland, really, to be with multiple people. Like, it's kind of alluded to in that last video I did from the forum on r/Ireland about Irish dating, that a woman was really, surprised, flabbergasted, aghast even, that a guy was dating more than one woman. It's still there. It's kind of that, shame on doing this sort of thing. But you see, with online dating though, it's a different culture to Ireland, as it'd be a different culture in America, because the likes of Tinder are just used to swipe and have the indoor fun. Ireland sometimes happens, but more or less it's for dating and that. What they don't touch upon, I find, either, is that even though, yes, they want to look for those things, women, I find, men sometimes too, they're looking for the ego boost and validation in the matching of numbers. Now, are the men and women here saying that they wanted something serious to save face, even though it's anonymous? I don't know. And 3B, does the one exist, and can you fall in love at first sight? I'm going to do a slam dunk into that answer, and no, the one does not exist at all. There are plenty of good ones, there are plenty of bad ones, but the one does not exist. It's a notion. It's a notion fed to us. By who? Media and Hollywood. And it says here, although a large number of people are hoping to find the one, Irish singles have mixed views on the subject in general. And look what they say. 61% of men said yes to the one being real. 57.8% of women say yes to the one being real. It's mixed territory, half and half, nearly for not sure, and very low numbers for one. While a majority do believe that the one exists, a large number of people were uncertain or dismissed the concept entirely. Of those who do believe that the one exists, they forgot to add a few other words there. It is interesting that more men believe in the one. It's not more interesting, because let's look at Hollywood movies, right? Take what movie? I don't know, any movie that involves a love story between man and woman. A woman goes out with guy turns out to be a jerk, and woman goes boohoo.com. Not sponsoring this video, by the way. And she goes off and cries, and then she's talking to this other guy. You've got mail. There we go. That's a great classic example. And Meg Ryan, and this guy are dating. Then she meets Tom Hanks' character, F-O-X, Fox. And, there's a bit of a love-hate relationship there. And Meg Ryan's character is dating this other guy. But they don't like each other. And then Tom Hanks is he separated from his other wife in the film? Is it alluded to? Yeah, it is. And what happens afterwards? Meg Ryan, and Glasses Man end up separating. Say, oh, I don't love you anymore. Oh my god, I don't love you too. OMG. And then she meets Tom Hanks and is like, I always knew you were the one. I knew you were the one, Tom Hanks. And he's like, I knew you were the one too. This walker dog, Meg Ryan. And the film ends. And, films like that, and how, everything's romanticized, like stories, oh, he was the one, and, oh, my soulmate, and she, dude, frick that girl, there's gonna be someone out there for you. There's one girl's been waiting for you, and that's it. Game over. It's the end. She's the one. And men are fed this notion that the one exists, but it simply doesn't. It shouldn't be surprising. If you take a deeper look into it, it shouldn't be surprising at all that men find the one exists. Now, women find the one exists does surprise me a small bit. Now, I've come across women like, oh, I would marry you, or this, that, and the other. But never have they said to me, you are the one. I've never in my entire life come across a woman who just literally says, you know what, you, bucko, you're the one for me. So, I've never heard that. So, is this study biased? Perhaps so. But who knows? But let's move on. If there are any ladies listening to this, because the majority of my listeners through Anchor and that are female, about 69%, nice, to be honest. Do you believe in the one? I want to know. I don't think they do. I'm more aligned with that guy, he can provide for me. Super stuff. Or he makes me feel like this. Super stuff. And what I find so weird here, does love at first sight exist? It doesn't. It's called lust. It's called, I like the way he looks, really does it for me. It's lust. It's not love. And naturally, women, 41% of women say, yeah, it exists. And then they get higher saying, no, not sure, whatever. Very high percentage of men still believe it. And fewer people believe that you can fall in love with someone the first time you see them, but the believers are still in the majority. But the majority are men who believe in love at first sight. You know, going back to the whole Hollywood films again. See a girl from across the party, both of you lock eyes. Bam, instant connection. Well, realistically, in real life, is me eyes with the girl across the room or whatever, you really do for her. On the off chance that, like, you know, she doesn't have a boyfriend or anything, or that you are so physically and that attractive to her, that it's not love, it's lust. It's lust, because it takes women a lot longer to fall in love than men. Men are like kind of like dogs. You know, dogs love everyone. Dogs are great. Women, you know, take a lot more time to open up to love. They have to love at their own pace. You can't force them. On both accounts, however, carrying on, men seem to be little more romantic than women. A larger percentage of men, should I say, believe in the one love at first sight. Whether or not one perfect person exists for everyone, it's clear that Irish singles are looking for to share their lives with someone they're in it for the long term. The one doesn't exist. Love at first sight does not exist. That's lost. That's lost in my eyes. And I came across something else very great here. And it wasn't to do with long-term relationships. It was to do with, here we go. What do we say now? Defining relationship. And this goes into the characteristics of, you know, what men and women find, what are idealistic. These are the top things. So personality is number one. Personality is going to trump everything. When your looks or money fade, or both fade, it's your personality and charisma that remain. Faithfulness, fair enough. Compatibility for Frisky Fridays, number 3. Super job. Education, number 4. Groovy. Financial position, ranked number 5. And profession and job, ranked number 6. Says here, personality, faithfulness, and compatibility for Frisky Fridays are key. These are followed by education, financial position, and profession. Personality was chosen as the top attribute in a long-term partner by 96% of the respondents. Yes, because you have to get along with them. You have to be compatible. Irish singles are evidently looking for someone that they can spend quality time with rather than a person they're physically attracted to. That's all well and good. But now we're in a generation where friskiness and promiscuity is becoming a lot more commonplace. So it's not going to come down to quality time. It's going to come down with frisky time. It's lowering. Even looking at it in America, it's not just, you know, even though all well and good that people want quality time to spend with, but it's catching on now that, you know, with the you go girl kind of thing, that there's a lot more friskiness going on, and there is a lot more, so to speak, men are just waking up to the crap that's going on, put it plainly, and they're going to pull out the dating market because of it. Physical attraction is not dismissed, however, as faithfulness and sessions. Frisky Friday, that was so close. Frisky Friday compatibility came close on the tail of personality. Faithfulness and Frisky Friday compatibility were chosen as top traits by 95% and 92% of people respectively. Other attributes were less unanimously admired. Education was deemed important by 51% of singles, financial position by 45%, and profession by 38%. I would love to know how many of the financial position were of women and men. I want to know the both of the what was the percentage of both to add to equate to 45%. Once again, there was a clear difference in opinion between men and women. A partner's job is more important to women. 51% of them said it was an important factor in a relationship compared to the 24% of men. Why? Because financial security and stability when she eventually wants a family. Pow, ka-chow, whammy, Bob's your uncle, and there's your auntie. Easy as. The same goes for a partner's financial position. 65% of women and 27% of men consider it important. Why? Because eventually she wants a family and wants to settle down. She needs resources so the family can be looked after, and so can she. It's important to women for men to have money, or more importantly, be resourceful. Now look how much of a lower percentage it is compared to men. 24% to 27% respectively. Why? Because men just don't care about the money, realistically, when it comes to women. All they want is a woman who is cooperative, who's in her feminine, who looks after herself, and who's good looking. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's why the numbers are so low, because we don't want much. Honestly, I can vouch you, we don't want much. We just want someone we can get along with and compatible with. That's not going to cause us hassle. And where it's not going to be, wrestling between a man and, Komodo dragon. Battle of the ages. We just want someone nice, compatible, easy to get along with, who looks after themselves. We don't ask for much. We literally do not ask for much. If a man could get those 4 things in a woman, perfectly fine. Education was evaluated by 63% of women and just 40% of men. Why? Because a lot of jobs these days, you can't get much money without a bachelor's, without a college degree. And I can tell you now for a fact, this is what I've noticed, is that I've come across women who have snubbed their nose at other men because of their profession, whether they're an electrical person, whatever. Notions, didn't care. Want someone who made money. If they hear, I can even vouch, 2 men I came across lately, heard about this guy, he's like, oh, what job does he do? He does this. I wonder how much he makes. Very first thing that was said, oh, he's probably on big bucks. So the financial and the job are important because the two are interlinked together. And this is one woman of the study, Sarah Kate. She's one of the owners of anotherfriend.com. 54% of singles claim that a partner's financial status is not important in a relationship. 62.5% of rank a potential partner's profession as the least important factor in deciding whether or not to enter a relationship. Long term, that the financial aspect is going to matter. Women consider more factors to be important than men, including a partner's job, financial position, and education. Status. It's status. How much do you make? And it's a big thing in Ireland. I've mentioned it before. If you get into a relationship with someone, one of the very first questions that a mother will ask, what does he do? What does he work as? And that's happened to me numerous times. Oh, what does he work as? Oh, he does this. That's perfectly fine. That's good with me. Because the job I work in Ireland is a, respectable job. Very respectable, so to speak. But they ask, do you drive? Are you tall, dark, and handsome? And what do you work as? But anyways, I'm hitting time here now. So I'll leave the study in the description below. But it's a very worthwhile study to look at, so we'll leave it at that. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.